Hey, this doesn't make sense again, American, where everything I say is making absolute sense. This is going to be a very, very compelling, dramatic piece. Very, very, what's that word? Mind-blowing. But it's going to get me 18 views in 4 months. So I really don't care. For the people that do listen, thank you. And for the people that don't, well, I wish you would comment more because I really like the altercations. You know, I really like to respond and things like that. But who cares what I want, right? All right, so I'm drinking a beer. Let me take a sip and I'll get into it. All right, homogrosnia. It's not a phobia, it's a grosnia. I'm not scared of you, I'm grossed out by you. And why are we, and that's just not me, it's a lot of men. We let some liberal white professor say phobia. You know, we're not even doctors or scientists, but we get to use the scientific term homophobia. Well, I'm not a scientist, but I do identify as a white liberal professor, not a scientist though. So if I'm going to be a white liberal professor and I look in the mirror and actually see a white liberal professor, I'm going to call it what it's supposed to be, homogrosnia. You see, when you're grossed out by it, you're not scared of it, you're just grossed out by it. There's arachnophobia. Arachnophobia is when you're scared of spiders. And if you step on a spider, you're not scared of it anymore, right? You're just grossed out. There's the guts and the fluids coming out of it and it's dying. And he moves the leg, you're not scared anymore. There's no phobia no more. It's just gross. Ugh, I gotta pick those guts up and scoop him up and pick up all the, I gotta smear it up with a napkin. That's a grosnia. You're grossed out by it. There was this one talk show lady. She would walk around with no shoes. She would take off her little heels or her little pumps, and she would walk around and put a microphone on people's heads. She was like Jenny Jones / Ricky Lake / Oprah. But it was a white woman, and she was from Chicago. I do remember. But she would, when she was walking around, her topic was phobias, people that were scared of balloons, clowns, hairbrushes. There was actually a woman scared of a hairbrush. But they brought these clowns inside, and this woman was healed. Let me tell you what happened. I tried to find the footage, but I can't. I hate when YouTube does digital book burning. But here's what happened. These clowns walked in, and the lady was screaming. And when the clown started speaking, it was black men. And it was like, oh, you just hate us because we're black. And she caught on real quick. Oh, no, I don't. I'm okay. I'm not scared. I love clowns. And I love black people. So she had a phobia at first, but she was grossed out by the racism that she decided to, act right. Because racism is a gross piece of humanity, right? And so you're like, I don't want to be labeled a racist. I'd rather be labeled a child molester than a racist. So that's the society we live in today. So anyway, I wish I could find that episode, but yeah, she caught her snap real quick. She was no longer scared of clowns because the clowns announced that they were black men under that makeup. So she had to, do that. Do the experiment. If you're listening to this, do the social experiment on people that are scared of clowns and make them black men and see what she says. Because if you're scared of the clowns and they're black, then you're a racist and you've just broke you broke a milestone. And you got to just shut up because these clowns ain't doing nothing to you. All right, having said that, homogrosnia is what I call it because we're grossed out by you. Why are we grossed out by you? Why do you just disgust us? Because you're men. You will always be a man. Every 13 seconds, you think of sex. You get a boner when you think of sex. You're not thinking about, anything. And so what happens is we as straight guys really feel like me personally, if I'm a straight guy, if I'm going to go ahead and say, hey, you know what, today's the first day, I'm gay, I put it on Facebook, I put it on whatever, YouTube, or I announce it to the world, chances are there's going to be a bunch of gay guys hitting on me. Talk about let's do something right now because they want to get a piece of the pie while the pie is warm. You see what I'm saying? It's real simplistic. They don't even want to get to know you. They just want to do you because they're men. Get it? They're men. Women don't do that. Women won't say, I asked a woman once, if your husband cheats on you, would you cheat on him? She goes, oh, hell yeah. And I looked at her, will you cheat on him with me? And I was looking at her up and down, and I had my eyebrows up, and I was like, would you cheat on him with me? She goes, well, no, because I know your girlfriend. I said, see, that's why you're not a man, because you have morals and standard, and you're a lady. But if you were a guy, bet that you would do it. It's what we see. Look, a friend of mine, I saw a Facebook meme, and it said, when you see a woman on crystal meth, Everybody sees a tragedy. Everybody sees ambition dead. And all we see is a $20 BJ. It's the truth. A friend of mine was doing crystal meth, and he was giving his girlfriend crystal meth because men give women drugs. Women don't give women drugs. When women do drugs, it's because of a man. Girls are like, hey, let's go smoke some freaking crystal meth. No. It's the guy saying, oh, shoot, I'm broke. We're in love, and I need you to do this crystal meth. Hold on, I got a cough. I need you to do this drug so we can generate more money. Because a man can't generate money as fast as a woman can. It's like the OnlyFans thing. You could generate it. I can't do nothing about it. There's nobody want to see pictures of my sack. But anyway, when you see a woman doing crystal meth, all we think in our heads is $20. All I need is $20, and you will pleasure me. It's actually the truth. And the thing of it is that when you see a gay guy, you're like, this gay guy wants me. I'm sorry. Don't tell me, oh, we don't want you. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You're a man, okay? That woman over there don't want you, but you do. And you really think you're a woman? No, you're not. Just because you put on a dress doesn't make you a woman. You're still a man. We're never going to fall for it, okay? You're really gross. The things that run through your head, it's the same thing that run through my head when I look at girls like Taylor Swift or Shakira or the girl at the bus stop that I saw today. The things that run through our mind are complete lust and disgust. But it's normality for us. It's like, damn, you're hot. But the thing of it is that, if she says, let's go, let's go. The same thing applies when we say that to a man. Let me switch it up, and hopefully this will circle back when I'm done. But this one time, I'm going to use his full name because he's dead. He died of AIDS. His name was Georgetown. I was working at a collection agency, and we were going to this house party. One of the females that was running collections says, I'm going to have a crawfish party. Come to my apartment. And everybody went there, even the boss, everybody went there. She was very social. She was really sweet. She wanted to play games and keep the party going, but it was a Sunday. And it was like, you know what, we got to work tomorrow. Everybody's got to get up in the morning. And she didn't bring enough alcohol, so we had to go home. And Georgetown told the other coworker, I don't want the party to end. And I was driving a new car, and I said, well, where do y'all want to go? I picked them up. Neither one had a vehicle, and they're both black fellas, coworkers. Anyway, I said, I didn't have a vehicle. What do I do? Tell y'all, what do you want to do? And they're like, well, let's go. Well, me being a Mexican, I go to cantinas where there's pool, loud music, and a bunch of people that like to mad dog you if they don't know who you are when you walk in the building. I said, I don't know where I'm going to take this guy. He's going to get his ass kicked. I'm new to this. Where do I take him? And I thought every club was like that. All the clubs, but I didn't know clubs. I mean, come on, I'm a young kid. I'm 23 years old, 24 years old, whatever. And I didn't go to any of the clubs. Where I would go was to go play pool in cantinas. Sorry. I never want to hear the song Neon Moon ever again for as long as I live, but that's another topic. All right, so I said, where do we go? And the other coworker asked Georgetown. Georgetown was his last name. His first name was Vincent Georgetown. But anyway, he asked Georgetown, well, do you want to go? You think the Mexican American will be all right with you taking you there? I was like, I'll take him. Let's go. At least he'll be safe. And I'll sit there and I'll just, I'll have a couple of beers and I'm good. So they took me to a gay club. And when I went in there, I walked inside and he was right where he wanted to be. He did his flamboyant dance. He was an older gentleman. He was 46 years old. Here I am at 20 something. And I'm like, this is really weird. And it was dead because it was, it was Sunday, and it was 7 p.m. and the doors already opened. So as I'm sitting there being just a spectator, there were no lesbians. So all the fantasies left out of my head was just a bunch of queers. What I saw was this man in a dress. And he was about maybe 39 years old. He was wrinkled. He was dancing really hard. If you ever saw the movie 13 Going on 30, when the lovely, what's her name? Jennifer, what the hell's her last name? Starts with an A. Anyway, Jennifer Gardner starts with a G. Jennifer Gardner gets on stage and starts doing the Thriller dance. The very first move she's doing, he was doing that move. And it was really he was going at it really hard. That was his only move. He was just shaking the hips and shaking his hands. on top of his head, and he was just shaking it. And this man stunk like armpit. And I told Georgetown, this motherfucker stinks. He needs to put on deodorant under his arms. And that's when Georgetown said, it might not be his arms, bro. It could be his balls. And it made me disgusted. I was just like, this guy is disgusting. But I couldn't tell him anything because I was in his house. I was in his space. This is his domain. You see, I can't just tell people, hey, what the fuck are you doing? Wait a minute, I'm in your house. So now you have your safe space. That was the actual version of his safe space. I can't tell him anything. I have to sit there and just smell what I smell, and nobody told him anything. And this is what's going on today with all these safe spaces. Everybody's like, you can't tell me anything. They want the whole world to be a gay club, and they want you to say nothing. And it's not fair, because a lot of us still say plenty. And when you use the word phobia, you're like, well, I don't want to be a homophobic. I'm not phobic. No, you just make me want to vomit. That's what it is. And so when I look back, I always think, why didn't I say anything? Well, I know why I didn't say anything. And now you can't say anything. It's crazy because they took that club and put it out there for the whole world to see. Well, you men are really disgusting creatures. You really, really are. And I'm not gonna take it back or nothing. I call it homogrosnia. You are a disgusting breed of men. And if I wanted to go ahead and do some groundbreaking work, I will go ahead and do so. I don't want to hear anything about this Me Too movement where these women are offended that we like to stare and we like to look. Because when I was at that club, there was men grabbing other guys' junk. I just said to myself, I'm not drinking anymore because I don't want to go to the restroom. I don't want to walk around. When I get up is when I'm going to leave. And when Georgetown got his dance on, it was time to go. We were out the building, and I never walked in that building again. But let me tell you something. What I saw there was pretty graphic, and I watch graphic stuff. I've seen countless hours of porn and even more hours of death, suicides, and murders on the internet. But what I saw was men grabbing other men's junk. The next time, ladies, you want to tell me about how you hate when men look at you and stare at you and want to touch your hand and I want to give you the creepy eyes. I don't want to ask you no more. I want to ask the guy that just won the beauty pageant with a dress and a set of nads. I want to ask him. I want his opinion. I want her opinion. Okay, because chances are he is going to say, I'm okay with getting grabbed and touched and looked at and lusted. They embrace it. They want us to talk to them. They want us to approach them. They don't want the Me Too movement. You're ruining it for these women, these ladies. You're ruining it. What are you doing? Sit your dumb ass down. I don't want to hear from you. I want to hear from the guy that just beat everybody in the racetrack wearing a weave, and the guy that just bought the fake breasts, that dresses and thinks he's a lady. I want to hear from that lady, because chances are he's going to say, I'm okay with being groped. I'm okay with being stared at. I'm okay with being harassed. They're not ladies. They're men. But once you get that ticket open, once you open that door, okay, then you get to buy a ticket. But I don't want to hear shit from you bitches in the Me Too movement talking about how uncomfortable you feel. Bitch, fuck you. You should have said you were uncomfortable when the man was attending that relay and beating you on all your contests and beating you at the beauty pageant and beating you at the UFC and joining the WNBA. You had your chance to speak. You can sit the fuck down now. I want to ask that creature, are you okay with men approaching you? Are you okay if men just grab your butt? Chances are he will say, I'm okay with that. And once he says that, game on, okay? Because that's a lady. From your logic, from your rationale, that is a lady, correct? Right? What man's gonna say he's offended? What man's gonna say that's insulting? What man's gonna say you make me uncomfortable? You're a man. What the hell is wrong with you? Say the one word, F-A-G, say that word. Oh my God, you made me uncomfortable. But say another word like, hey, you, I'm not gay. I just came out the closet. I want you to be my first. I'm down. Okay, but let some guy approach you and say, hey, look, I'm a virgin. I just want to get it over with, and I want you to be the first. What are you going to say, ladies, huh? I don't want you. Or what if a guy says, I'm tired of being a virgin. I just want somebody to hold, somebody to kiss. You're a really pretty transvestite, and I just want to hold somebody and just get it over with. Can we please? Yes. You could take a page out of the book of a homosexual man, ladies, because they don't want money. Okay, they don't want money, they don't want status, they just want the zinc. That's what they want. They want the zinc. They crave the zinc. That's all they want. Anyway, this doesn't make sense again, America. What made sense is that if you're gonna call them ladies, then I want their opinions, okay? Call Bradlina, and let me hear what he has to say about harassment and lust. I want to hear this, okay? Sit your lips down, okay? Sit your lips down. I want to hear what the guy with the nads has got to say about being looked at and stared at by men, countless men. Don't tell me how tired you are. I want to hear what Bradlina has to say. Because chances are Bradlina's going to say, I'm okay with it. I'm just going to give you a preview of what's going to happen, okay? Hi, I'm doing a social experiment. What's your name? My name's Bradlina. I identify as a woman. Okay, Bradlina, what if I wanted to fuck you in the ass right now, Bradlina, in the car? I'm okay with that. Cut the cameras off. You know what? Leave the cameras on. Leave them on. I'm down. Okay, so if I grab you under your dress, would you be okay with that? I would so be okay with that. And Bradlina, would you be okay if I just, got really close, like Joe Biden, and just started sniffing your hair? I'm okay with that. It's okay. It's okay. Just come closer. Come closer. Put your tongue in my ear. Do it. Do it. Do it. That's what Bradlina would say. So you know what? Let's go ahead and chase these ladies, and let's go ahead and get their opinions. You can sit your lips down. Sit on your lips and shut the fuck up. Okay? Bottom lips on the seat, top lips zipped. We're done with you. You failed. As women, you failed. I don't want to hear shit about what makes you uncomfortable. I want to ask the ladies of Generation Z. I want to ask those motherfuckers, what do they think? And then we'll go by what they want. They're ladies, aren't they?